Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And Carolyn, thank you. Thank you for an excellent speech, and thank you and the CBI for publishing an excellent and timely report today. I think this is an important moment for our country. It's a time of great change. So I'm heartened to read the recommendations from today's report, which reflects the thinking that we've been having here in the Midlands. The Midlands engine, I'm sure by now all of you know, we're talking about an economic area which is the largest outside of London, over 11 million people. And connectivity, education, the need to export more, all of the things that are contained in this report, I can relate to wearing my hat as chairman of the Midlands engine. But I'm also a business leader, and I can relate to these issues as a person who runs a business, an important business. I originally started a business here in the Midlands and know the strategic importance of the Midlands. But as Carolyn said, sadly for too long, these regions have been neglected. And to address issues like social mobility, to do things about getting more people back into jobs with the right skills, then this report is something, it should be a compelling read. I agree with Carolyn, though, that we have a golden opportunity to unlock higher productivity and growth across the regions and nations of the UK. This is a positive report. It's trying to be constructive. But the very fact that the most productive area of the UK is now almost 3 times more productive than the least area is deeply concerning. Frankly, it's shocking and reflects, I think, a lack of investment and attention that's been given to our regions by successive governments over past decades. We've allowed the UK to fall behind its international peers when it comes to comparisons of productivity. And this problem must be addressed urgently by our government if we're to succeed in a post-Brexit global economy. Central to our aims must be skills, innovation, R&D, and transport infrastructure. And by focusing on these, we will achieve a fairer, more balanced UK with a firm place in the international marketplace. I think the government is taking the correct approach by introducing a new industrial strategy in which one size doesn't fit all, but instead is tailored to the strengths of each region. And I welcome last week's announcement at the CBI conference by the Prime Minister that the government is planning to increase investment in research and development by £2 billion a year by 2020. Investing in our nation's future must be central to government policy. Giving local people with local knowledge the powers and funding to support business expansion and productivity is a bold strategy, but it's the right one. While I do not believe in devolution for devolution's sake, I'm not a politician. But a too cautious approach to regional empowerment leaves us with the danger of Britain being unprepared for all the uncertainty that still surrounds Brexit. Today's report highlights the number of challenges to overcome in order to drive up productivity in our regions. We see that the UK falls behind on international comparisons of productivity, but this is also true at the regional level, as Carolyn was giving with her examples. 9 out of 10 UK cities perform below the European average, and more than half are amongst the 25 least productive cities on the continent. That's shocking. Our transport infrastructure is straining under the weight of our output, underfunded and ignored for too long. Our local workforce lacks the skills required by business. And here in the Midlands, our workforce has the worst productivity in the country, hampering our ability to cut unemployment and reach its full economic potential. And I think the trade deficit suggests British firms are lacking access to foreign markets, which drives their competitiveness. But even with these challenges, the Midlands, it is thriving with businesses and people flocking to the region. And I'm confident that with more support, we can continue to thrive outside of the EU, and it's vital that the regions are central to the government's industrial strategy. And I'm delighted to say that the wheels for this are already in motion, hopefully with the Midlands being at the forefront. The best investment for Britain, I believe, is here in the Midlands. It's absolutely centre to the country. About 80% of all rail freight goes through the Midlands. A third of all heavy lorry traffic passes through the Midlands, on the way to Liverpool, on the way to the northeast, on the way to the southern ports, on the way to Bristol. It's important we invest in this infrastructure. Through the Midlands Engine, we've created a plan to tackle these challenges and are ensuring the government's upcoming Midlands Engine strategy reflects these, as well as the needs of local businesses. Our councils, our LEPs, businesses, universities and colleges have put aside any differences to ensure that the Midlands region is now more united than at ever before in the past. We're developing a region-wide integrated transport strategy through Midlands Connect, which we believe will significantly improve not only north and south connectivity, but east-west connectivity as well, improving social mobility and supporting business enterprise. And I can give you an example too. I was in Lincolnshire recently, and Lincolnshire, a county of over 1 million people, they've estimated, the LEP has estimated, they can create in the coming years over 200,000 jobs. But they can't fill them. They don't have people with the skills. More importantly, we don't have the connectivity east-west for people in other parts of the Midlands, particularly the East Midlands, to get in to Lincolnshire. Great deal to be done. And our Midlands Innovation Plan, which brings together some of the world-class universities and research and innovation partnership that's being done here in the Midlands, we think will drive cutting-edge research, innovation, and skills development. It's about collaboration. It's about working together. And I believe business and the CBI have a very important role to play in leading the way and through thought leadership, identifying the things that have to be done. Building strong regional economies is the best way to ensure that those previously left behind in our great regions are given the power and opportunity to boost their productivity. The Midlands can help Britain seize the opportunities ahead, ensuring it remains a global force alongside the United States and other parts of Europe, as well as amongst the rising powers like India and China. As Carolyn said, our competitors are not the Northern Powerhouse, not London. It's the international competitors that we have to ready ourselves for. And it's only with strong regions that I believe we can make a proud, outward-looking country that works for everyone. And remember, when our region succeeds, Britain succeeds. Thank you.